Schools opened their doors yesterday, and from all indications, we're headed for another successful academic year. In today's Jamaica magazine, the Child Development Agency shares some important tips on ensuring children's safety. We also touch on the matter of helping children manage their money, and in our Tuesday staple Health-Wise, we look at autism in children. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and the show begins right now.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is committed to ensuring that every Jamaican child has the best learning environment to thrive and needs your cooperation to make the education system work successfully.
What are the school's voluntary contributions for?
Co-curricular and sports activities and school development.
What amount are parents to contribute?
Your contributions are voluntary and the amount depends on the type of programs being offered by the school.
If my child is being denied access to school, can I complain to the ministry?
Yes. You can call or visit any of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information's 6 regional offices or send an email to complaints@moey.gov.jm.
What support is there for PATH students?
PATH students are not expected to make contributions and are to be provided with 5 days free lunch as of this year.
Parents and guardians, do continue to make your voluntary financial contributions to your children's school. The institutions need your assistance for their school development and sporting activities. Remember, every child can learn. Every child must learn.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, September 6. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Dr. Andrew Wheatley has set up an electricity and telecommunications task force to investigate the root causes of problems being experienced by 2 major utility companies. The move comes in light of a recent all-island power outage involving the Jamaica Public Service Company and a prolonged disruption in telecommunication services by Flow. Minister Wheatley says disruptions in services cannot go unchecked as the country's focus on growth and job creation depends on a reliable power grid and robust communications. The task force, which is comprised of ministry, regulatory, academic and consumer representatives, will review and assess the state of services, infrastructure, processes and procedures of the electricity and telecommunications companies in Jamaica. The team has been given 6 months to submit a comprehensive report that will form the basis of policy decisions and actions. Meanwhile, the Technology Ministry should be in receipt of a full report from Flow by this Thursday. Minister Wheatley received a preliminary report on Monday following the September 2 and 3 disruptions in Flow's internet and voice services. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is spending $4.3 billion to provide breakfast and lunch for more than 130,000 students this school year. The allocation will be administered through the school feeding program across early childhood, primary and secondary schools. Students on the program for advancement through health and education PATH are also included. Chief Education Officer in the ministry, Dr. Grace McLean, made the disclosure at a JIS think tank on September 2.
Funds will be delivered to the schools within the first week of September, and nutrition products will commence the delivery of the snacks to selected institutions as of next week.
Meanwhile, the Chief Education Officer is urging school administrators to notify the ministry if there are shortfalls in furniture supply due to last-minute registration of students.
If there are situations or challenges in the first week of school where there are students, especially at the primary level, who you did not cater for, who have turned up to your institutions that you have to register, then we ask that you get in touch with the regional officers immediately so we can try to provide you with the additional furniture that is required.
The ministry is in the process of delivering over 35,000 pieces of furniture to schools. And as the country continues to deal with Zika and other mosquito-borne diseases, the Ministries of Education and Health are collaborating to rid schools of mosquito breeding sites.
within the first 2 weeks of September as well. We will be working very closely with the Ministry of Health in providing training and support for representatives within our schools as we continue to ensure that we keep a very clean environment to prevent the outbreak of the Zika virus.
In other news, farmers in St. James will benefit from the establishment of an agro-processing incubator project. The $20 million facility is being constructed under the Rural Economic Development Initiative READY project through funding from the World Bank. Implementing partner, the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, says the plant will be completed in September with operations to begin in January 2017. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Agriculture, J.C. Hutchinson, says the facility brings to 7 the number of agro-processing plants across the island.
These incubators are ones which are HACCP certified. So with that, you are able to have your products processed there, bottled there, and can be exported same time.
The plant is constructed on the grounds of the Rural Agricultural Development Authority RADA office in the parish. It will accommodate the processing and packaging of agriculture products such as jams, jellies, flour and chips. And finally, the Ministry of Justice is targeting 1,000 law-abiding citizens to promote a greater level of discipline in the country. Over the next few weeks, they'll be trained as community leaders in the areas of conflict resolution, domestic abuse, mediation, restorative justice and child abuse. In launching the sensitization session for community leaders program, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says positive leaders such as pastors, business owners, teachers and justices of the peace will be trained.
We're going to go for gold in peace and harmony in the community. We're going to go for gold in decency and civility across this society of ours. And we must go for gold, for good order and improved behavior in every community.
The sensitization session will be conducted across the country under the Justice Undertakings for Social Transformation JUST program. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thank you for watching.
Pod coming as a program to me, we're really grateful for it.
Sometimes when I get the money, it just come in handy, just when I need it.
If you have a difficulty sending your child to school, if you have a disability, if you've just given birth, or you're an adult and out of work, PATH can help you. The Program of Advancement through Health and Education, PATH, has helped more than 371,000 persons. Don't be a statistic of poverty. Get help today. To apply for assistance through PATH, visit the Ministry of Labour and Social Security office in your parish.
Early mornings, long traffic lines, children all around. Yep, school's in session. Unfortunately, in the hustle and bustle, many children often fall prey to various dangers lurking around them. What are these, and how can we ensure the safety and protection of the little ones? The Child Development Agency has a few ideas.
See, the primary responsibility is to ensure that children, the care and protection of children and children who are at risk. So that's our mandate. We know that some children have to traverse the roads going home. They walk. We ask them to walk in pairs or in groups. We ask them not to play on the road, because they get distracted. For the bigger ones, we ask them not to use their mobile devices on the road, because you are not as alert as you should be when you are distracted. As best as possible, accompany the child or have somebody accompany them. If you have a taxi person or a bus that picks them up, make sure you know the persons who are taking the children, Make sure you know the time they should get home. Have some way of being in contact with the drivers during the period to make sure that they are home when they should be home, so that if anything happens, you have a shorter window for action. What we want to say to teachers: know the students, know them, know their habits, know the general deportment and how they present themselves each day. So if there's a change in that, a child who is very talkative all of a sudden not talking, withdrawing, a child who is crying, Of course, there are the physical signs, you know, a child with a broken arm, there's a burn mark, you know, and, you know, if you use an iron to burn a child, you would see the mark, you know, that kind of thing. So we ask them to be very observant. We ask them, and I know the PTA is very critical, so you get to know your parents, you get to know your teachers, right? So we ask the teachers, as best as possible, get to know the parents, so that if there is a change in behavior, even a slight shift, you can inquire as to what is the situation. Obviously, you could have the grades falling, for example. You know, a child who is in kindergarten starting to wet themselves again. And so if there is an issue, they have to do the regular reporting to the OCR. They can report directly to the CDA as well. We have responsibility for wards of the state, and I really want to appeal to our teachers, our school community. We don't want them to treat the wards of the state as being different from any other child. They talk about being stigmatized, you know. We talk about the children who are on path. You know, people really give you some horror stories about how they are treated. We want to encourage our school community, just treat them as any other child. Right? Some of them have some special needs, you know, need probably a little more help, but we are asking that as best as possible look out for the children. And our special needs children who are not like others in terms of physical sense probably, or even intellectually, we're asking that special provisions must be made for them within the school community.
We have championed e-learning in Jamaica, provided state-of-the-art technology in over 200 educational institutions, developed materials for CSEC, piloted the Tablets in Schools project in 38 schools, including infant and primary, and trained thousands of teachers in technology integration. We are eLearning Jamaica Company Limited, ELJAM, an agency of the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology. Visit our website, www.elearnja.org.
For most students, the first week or so of school can be nerve-wracking. New school, new class, new people. Understandably, students may be nervous, anxious, and even fearful. Let's see if we can help settle those nerves.
Yo, what going?
I'm fine enough.
You alright?
Yeah.
So what you want to talk about now?
You know, some I go high school this year, and the bullying thing. I want to know how to prevent myself from being attacked by bullies.
Best thing to do is like go to a teacher first, and report it, because it's not good. Violence is not good. It don't make sense to you fight them, because you're just putting yourself in deeper trouble.
They should report it to their parents and to the guidance counselors, because it can affect their academic performance.
This is partly because the child being bullied will become fearful and may want to stay away from school. Recognizing that, the Ministry of Education has made it clear that no form of bullying will be tolerated in schools.
Is it true that you have more than one teacher for every subject?
Yeah, they come into your classroom at different times during the day. So you have different sessions for different subjects.
They should be aware that they will have to take responsibility for their own learning. They will have to be aware that nobody will be running behind them.
How do you manage your time for each subject?
Usually when I go home, I usually devote an hour to a subject.
As soon as the term starts, students should begin to read a lot, review their notes every day, study consistently, and they should make sure that the subjects that they are weakest at, they should spend much more time with those.
It cannot be all about academics though. Get involved in extracurricular activities, but do not allow them to take up all your time. And there's another issue that has to be addressed. respect. Being well-mannered is not a faux pas. It's very much the in thing, whether you're at the primary, secondary, or tertiary level.
There is also problems when they get low grades. Students quarrel a lot about low grades. Here again, I take them aside and talk to them. I show them why they couldn't get A's.
Then there's the issue of peer pressure. Choose your friends carefully. Hang around persons who will help you to make good decisions.
Don't follow bad company, it's just not right, because then you'd be brought down a lot. Some people don't want to see you get good grades and stuff.
So that means if I behave and study my books at high school, I will be okay?
Yeah, you'll get through high school pretty fine. So you're good now, that's all I wanted to know about high school and things?
Yeah, man.
Alright, you're good, man.
Should Tommy buy a small lunch today and save the rest of his money to put towards that new game he wants? Yes. Children have to learn to manage their money just the same as adults. And our friends out the road have some suggestions to help them do that.
If they have to buy, they shop around, look to see what is reasonable, right? And try to save something from it.
Showing them by example, how to manage, how to save, how to put aside.
They have to teach them that must buy that is necessary, not foolishness. And the parents first have to set that example and the children will follow.
Teach them the proper way to spend the money and what not to buy and what to buy. Understand? You know, some of them going to buy pure stupidness, so you have to teach them how to spend the money, what is necessary. You don't buy things that you just want, you buy things that you need with the money, and that is, I think that is a proper way to go.
You have to give them the amount where you expect them to spend. You don't know if a pitney love spend. You want your money done, you get a pitney.
Buy them a little saving pan, you know, say put in $10 or $20 a night. If the child want help out, make them earn a little money for say, all right, may I do this so them can continue put it in them pan.
Not to buy everything that they see. They want everything that they see. You have to teach them to save, and not everything you see you can get.
I'm going to teach them to know the money them. Like the $50, I know the money. And when they buy things, they must know like it costs, and they must know to subtract it, minus it. I know like some buy something $50 and they got change, you know, like they can get $20 or $20.
You can help them by teaching them to save. It's not like you're not going to tell them that every time they get some money, you know, them spending it. You're going to teach them to put away some at all times. Because then like, you don't want every time them get money. Mommy want sweetie, you're going to teach them say, you know, must learn to keep something away. Cause a rainy day might come and you're going to want to pull back to that money that you put away. So I think saving is beneficial.
All the people them with a Zig V, hold up your hand. Zig V in the Caribbean territory, but we now want that virus take set pan we. So make sure send no stagnant water inside and mash up all mosquito breed inside. More hole in the tin them where you dash by and change the water in your vase every day. No litter, dispose of your garbage proper. You know them the thing that we turn drain blacker. Tour your community and tour your yard for suppress mosquito. We have figure hard dash we all tire turn over drum pan for prevention is the greatest weapon. And special shout out to pregnant ladies. Protect yourselves and protect your babies. Draw for your zapper and your mosquito spray. If you do all that we can to keep them away. For we know what's in thing.
In today's Healthwise, we discuss the issue of autism. What are the signs of the condition and how to deal with it? We take an in-depth look at the condition next.
Is your child showing signs of delayed development? Does he or she often shy away from interacting with others, appear overly disruptive, or exhibit strange behaviors?
If you have them assessed, you may find these are symptoms of one of the most common developmental disorders, autism. Autism is a complex disability which affects the social and communication skills of an individual. Children with autism exhibit mild to severe developmental difficulties in speech, social skills, and physical abilities.
When children, are expected to first say mommy, daddy, or put 2 to 3 words together, children with autism may do that much later, or some not at all. They tend not to respond, so when, you normally ask children, go and get this for me, the child with autism may not be able to respond to that. And you often expect children to point to things as they're growing up. The child with autism often doesn't point or wave by or use other gestures.
Some other indicators of autism include persistent repetitive behaviors, such as spinning objects, clicking light switches, or opening and closing cupboard doors. Severe resistance to change in routine, including their diet or mode of dress, and a tendency to exhibit severe obsessive-compulsive behaviors, like placing things in order all the time. The prevalence rate for those born with the condition has increased rapidly. The latest statistics show that approximately 1 in every 88 children born each year will have the condition.
With our country of about 45,000 births per year, it means that we have about 500 children being born every year in Jamaica with this condition. And because it affects boys 4 times more than girls, each year we will have 400 boys and 100 girls born with this problem.
What leaves experts concerned is the fact that as the number of persons born with the condition increases, research has not yet been able to find an exact cause and ultimately a cure. At present, the best mechanism to deal with autism has been early diagnosis and intervention.
If you can provide children with early intervention when the brain is developing rapidly, then you can make a significant impact. You're probably not going to change the diagnosis of autism, but you're going to improve the child's developmental status.
Jamaica's Education Ministry, in partnership with other agents, has sought to provide support to special needs children and caregivers through multiple initiatives. Facilities such as the Early Stimulation Program and schools like the School of Hope and the Promise Learning and Training Center all get governmental support to offer developmental and social support programs, including speech, occupational and behavior modification therapy, and others. So it's up to parents and guardians to be vigilant and act quickly so their children can have a chance at getting the help they need.
At age 2 or 3, you may see the manifestation developing, where the child may be lacking communication, lacking social skills, or maybe having stereotyped or repetitive behaviors.
Promise, like some other entities, has even gone beyond just early intervention strategies. In addition to early childhood, primary and junior high school facilities, they also have a skills training center, a school band, and a swim program.
If these students were discarded, we would not have seen their potential. So I'm encouraging parents not to give up, but to give them a chance.
He enjoys doing cooking, and so the school has been sort of gearing him towards that. He plays in the school band. He does swimming. He's into Special Olympics. As a matter of fact, he went to Puerto Rico in 2010 with the Special Olympic team for swimming, and he got a gold.
Parental support is also necessary, and that's where institutions like the Jamaica Autism Support Association come in. Founded in 2007 by a couple of resilient parents, the group has monthly meetings and other activities to help both parents and children feel included.
We got to cut out pictures, our things we liked, things that made us happy, things that made us sad.
Things that make me mad or angry is about things that I lost: my jewelry, my shoes, and my ring.
First it started within our circle, and then eventually we made it a national organization for parents out there who not receiving any form of intervention at all, who totally have nowhere to turn to, nobody to turn to, no computer access to know about the disorder.
They get out messages to us that we on our own would never have known before. And with each little message, somebody out there gets inspired and says, you know, this clicks, this happens with my son or my daughter, and maybe I can look up this and help a little more.
Autism is a complex condition, and coping with its diagnosis and treatment takes effort. But if done early and properly, some children can go on to live as close to normal lives as possible. For further information, visit the website www.jamaicaautism.org. Contact the Jamaica Autism Support Association at 831-6140 or the Special Education Unit in the Ministry of Education at 967-2312 or 922-9370-9.
It's a new beginning. New day is dawning. It's time to arise. We are the gene of achievement and pride.
A bold new beginning. Time for action. We have the spirit to fight on. This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land.
Let us make every effort to forge unity and resolve to work hard for our prosperity. Leaving our children a legacy of hope. Breaking the shackles and smashing the old curse.
This is Jamaica. This is our land.
This is our
We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This
Let me hear the children say.
This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. Come on, everybody, let's sing. This is Jamaica. This is our land. We have our future with God in our plan. We'll play our part building this great nation. This is Jamaica. This is our land.
Jamaica, together we can.
We all can help to make Jamaica great. Let's endeavor to work together to make this beautiful island the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Keep in the know with us through our website, jis.gov.jm, and keep the momentum going by connecting with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You may also download our JIS News app from the Google and Apple Play stores. On behalf of the hardworking JIS production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.